In this episode of the Bill Caskey Podcast, we're going to talk about if you were to sell your business, your territory, if you're a territorial sales professional, what would it be worth? Stay tuned. Hey all, Bill Caskey here. Welcome back to the Bill Caskey Podcast. We are on YouTube now, youtube.com/podcast. You can watch, I don't know why you would, but you can watch me do the podcast. You can see my notes, see things, visual help. You can watch it all there, or you can listen to it on YouTube Music as well. So lots of good changes here at the Bill Caskey Podcast. By the way, if you want to get our 5 reasons you don't have enough clients document, make sure you go to 5reasonsclients.com. Lots of good stuff in there. I want to offer that to you, no charge. I don't show up at your house trying to get you to buy anything. No, none of that. It's just free for the asking. In this episode, I want to talk a little bit about if you were to sell your business. And I know that might seem like an odd thing because if you work for a Fortune 500 company and you have a territory of, let's just say, the Southeast, unlikely you're going to be able to sell your business. I think that would be kind of weird to go to the CEO and say, look, I know you want to fire me, but I'll sell this business back to you. No, probably not going to happen. But there's a lot of value in thinking through it in the right way, that if you were going to sell it, what would it be worth? What would it be worth if we took you out of the mix? We took Johnny Smith out of the mix. What's left in the business? Probably, if you have the relationships, probably the business is not worth much. But I want to talk to you. I'm going to give you 3 things today that I think you should be doing and thinking about, because I think if you think about your business, your territory, your customer group in this way, I think you can scale your business easily, whether you end up wanting to sell it or not. I find that a lot of sales professionals don't think about things this way. And as your coach here, your free coach, my goal is to expand your thinking. That's my purpose in life, is to expand what's possible for you. And I have happened to take the lane of business, sales professional, VP of sales, but I want to expand. And if I'm not here to expand you, who is? Probably nobody. All right, so number 1. When a buyer approaches you and wants to buy your, I'll say territory, for lack of a better term, what will they want to know first? Well, they'll probably want to know what's the revenue generated, what's your net profit. I mean, they'll want to know those things. But what are they going to want to know? They're going to want to know how you generate customers. How do you generate customers? And if you say, well, I go out, I knock on doors every day, I start at 7 a.m., and by the end of the day, my little fingers are worn out, but I have 2 customers. And they will say to themselves, not scalable. Your business is not worth anything. See you later. We're going somewhere else. But if you said, oh no, here's the way I generate customers. I have a dial. It's my secret dial. I need a dial back here somewhere. And when I want more customers, I dial it up. And when I want fewer, I dial it back. Now they say, interesting. Tell us about this said dial that you're speaking of. Here's the dial. Number 1, I want you to have a lead device. A lead device. You can call it a discussion device, an opportunity device, something that takes a cold traffic, somebody who maybe doesn't know that much about you, and has them raise their hand and say, I want this, kind of like I'm doing with this. This is the whole purpose of this device, is I know if you download it, 100 of you download it, 90 are going to say, great, thanks. 10 of you are going to say, I want to talk to Bill. So it's a lead generation device. You need something like that doesn't have you all over it, meaning you can have your picture in it. It can be by you, authored by you. But this can work whether you're a part of the conversation or not. You don't need to be there dinging on doorbells to get this done. You can put it on social media, which I'll talk about in a minute. But you need a lead device. You need something of value for your potential clients. It could be a PDF like this. It could be a short course. It could be a video series. It could be a webinar, lots of different things. We've talked about that before. I'm not going to go into all those things today. But put on your calendar in the next 30 days, create a lead device. I've got a client who just joined my High Achiever Mentoring Program. And her name is Lori. She is a listener, so she will know. I'm not going to give you her last name or company. But she has been tasked with growing a large territory, the West Coast and the 10 states in the West between Utah and California. Well, her company has no lead device. They just want her to go out and knock on doors. Well, do you know how long it's going to take her to knock on doors in 10, 15 states, not knowing who's a prospect and who's not? Do you know how much wasted time she's going to have? A lot. So we're working with her on creating a thing, a lead device that she can offer to people. She can put it on social media. She can actually call people and say, hey, I've got this thing. Would you like to see it? And if they say yes, she sends it to them. They go to the email, and that way she knows who's collecting it and who's not. So a lead device is number one. Number two, you've got to have traffic sources. How are you going to get eyeballs to this lead device? How are you going to get them there? Are you going to run ads? You can do that. You can run LinkedIn ads. I haven't had a ton of success with LinkedIn ads, but maybe you will. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. We've had a little success. Is it going to be Facebook ads, Instagram? Doesn't matter. But paid traffic is one way to do it. Another way to do it is a house list. If you have a list, of 1,000 people, maybe you make an offer for this lead device to those people. They might even know you. They might be more likely to download it or to subscribe to it. You can also do social media. You can do organic posts. For example, this is my 5 reasons guide. It has one of the things is your message is not right. That's one of the reasons we can't generate enough clients. Your message is not right. So I might do a post on LinkedIn or wherever that says, hey, are you struggling with your message? Do you sometimes feel like it leaves prospects cold when you share what you do? It's not unusual. It happens to all of us. I wrote a booklet devoted to one of the 5 reasons is your message is not right. I'd like for you to download it. It's free. Go to 5reasonsclients.com. So the idea there is that you're using your social media platform. Instead of just posting arbitrary random stuff, you're strategic with it. You're posting things that will lead them back to the call to action where they give you their email address. Number 3, first call system. First call system. Excuse me. What that means is that when somebody downloads your device because you've built traffic and sent it to them or sent them to it, do you want to make sure that you have a first call booking system? It could be a software. We use Calendly. It doesn't have to be that. There's a lot of them. Meetup, there's a lot. But are you able to book a call directly from the lead device? If you'd like more information from me or like to book a call where we can talk about some of your issues, here's my link. So that's one part of a first call device is the calendaring setup. I bought Calendly about 7 or 8 years ago. It went from $100 a year to $150 a year, I think, maybe more than that now. Saves me tons of hours. It's saved and made me hundreds of thousands of dollars over the last 5 years. It's useful. It's perfect. It's a must-have. Secondly, what happens when they book a call? What happens when they book a call? Do they get anything? Like if they book a call on Monday of this week and it's not for 2 weeks out, it doesn't happen until 2 weeks out, what do they get in the meantime? Nothing? That's not good. That's not operational efficiency. That's not a system. So you need to book so that when there's a call coming up, you have some things that you send to them. It could be a video. It could be a web page that you have that you lay out a little bit about your company and the kind of work you do and the kinds of problems you solve and what it looks like to work with you. But I want you to be creating some momentum when you are in between the booking of the call and the call. So those are 3 things. Get your lead device done, understand traffic sources and start to build those. And number 3, have a first call booking system. Now, that's not all. You got to have a sales process and methods and all that, which we've talked about before. But those 3 things, you get those systems down. Think of them as systems. Get those down. You have something magical now because you can scale your business. You don't have to sell it. Just live in the prosperity of scaling your business. Go from $100,000 a year to $400,000 a year. You can do that with these 3 things. All right. If you're interested in my high achiever mentoring group, you can go to billcaskey.com/HAMP. The link is in the show notes. And don't forget to catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/podcast. Search on Bill Caskey. Also YouTube Music, of course, Spotify still, Apple Podcasts, all those things. We're trying to expand our reach. Make sure you like and comment I will make every effort to respond to the comments on YouTube. I'll see you next time. Bye.